and ask for money. There is somebody that is going to live with dignity because somebody had the courage to buy life insurance. So for me, life insurance is more than just illogical. This policy is more, this policy is better, this policy. Remember, the only policy that works is the policy that pays, at the end. You know what I mean? So I seen, when you ask me that question about for me, what it means for me is hard. It's not here, it's hard, it's emotional.
What's cracking, everybody? Money Smart Guy Matt Sapaula here, hailing to you from Dallas, Texas, right here live at the PHP Agency home office in the PHP studios here. And joining me today for episode 54 is fellow first-generation cash flow millionaire immigrant from El Salvador, Rodolfo Vargas. Rodolfo, how you doing, brother?
We're excited to be here, Matt. Super excited to be here. I believe that this podcast was going to be one of the greatest we ever had. And we have a guest today. And our guest, not only does PHP, is not only a Marine, not only very successful PHP agent, but and senior board counsel to the company. But we have the new author of the new book that just came out. Have you heard about this book, Matt?
It seems like a good guy. I mean, I don't know what you, man.
Faith Made Millionaire, Matt Sapaula, man. Excited for you to be here, man. Super excited for you.
Honor, brother. I appreciate you even sharing that. Throughout this episode of the PHP Podcast, we'll be discussing Life Insurance Awareness Month. We're going to be sharing with you what it really means, how to evangelize and spread the gospel of life insurance awareness. We're going to share with you some data. We're going to share with you some facts of why it should matter to you and also how it should help you build your business. Second thing is we're just back from Cabo, Mexico on a company paid trip. We had a blast out there. And also, Rodolfo and I and Guy Tom, we just came back from the Vault conference hosted by our CEO founder. We're over 40 different countries. Well, people from 40 different countries showed up. 200 different industries showed up just to hear from our CEO founder, PHP Agency. And yes, to the extent of you understanding the principles inside the book, we'll be covering a few things here of the Faith Made Millionaire. And also, announcing a contest that potentially you can get a signed book and be featured on my IG Live at a future date here shortly. So with that being said, Rodolfo, let's get started here with episode 54, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. So, Rodolfo, Life Insurance Awareness Month. Talk to us. How has life insurance and life insurance policies helped the Vargas family and helped where you're from in the Latino community?
Yeah, so I can speak by. I'm gonna talk to you what life insurance means to me, Because like you know, when you read your book and you told the story that you never thought you were going to get into life insurance business, the same with me. I never thought I was going to get into life insurance. I'm an immigrant from El Salvador, and Latino, you know what I mean? Latinos, we don't buy life insurance. You know, we have this stereotype about not being informed and not knowing anything about life insurance. But, you know, life insurance, we're in the Liam Life Insurance Awareness Month. And I want to tell you this, Matt. I'm going to tell you this, and this is for everybody that either you're in the industry or you're not in the industry. And then I give it to you so you can give us your perspective, Matt. For me, life insurance has two ways. One is the logical way. And logical, you know, have you ever heard these gurus that tells you this policy is the best, this policy is not good, this policy is the best? You know, these gurus over there talking about the life insurance, like if life insurance were to be just a transaction. So for me, life in, yeah, there is logical, there is prices, there is cost of insurance, there is all that kind of stuff. But for me, life insurance is more than that. For me, life insurance is an emotional, has a very emotional attachment or emotional factor that most people don't like to talk about. And most people that just like to talk about the logical side because we like to sound smart and whatever. But life insurance is emotional. There is somebody over there, there is a kid out there that is going to be able to go to school. There is a kid over there that is going to have a better future because their parents, they bought life insurance from a professional and the right life insurance. There is a widow out there that is not going to go and have to ask for money or anything like that because they had a responsible husband that went and bought a policy. So there is somebody, there is a legacy, there is somebody that is going to be taking care, and you don't know what can happen to that legacy, the kid, the wife, the husband. So for me, Matt, life insurance is more than just price and cost and money. It has purpose behind it. So life insurance awareness month is for us to remind about how much we love our people, how much we love the people that we're around. You know, life insurance is a gift. It's a gift of love that tells the people that stay behind, listen, I prepared for you. I thought about you. You were in my plans. I wanted you to have a better future now that I'm gone. So life insurance for me is not only logical, and for the people that just see the business as logical, or they want to see the life insurance business as logical, I'm telling you, that's not my way to see it. My way to see it is both sides, logical and emotional side. So Matt, how about you?
Yeah, when I'm thinking about the logical side of things, you know, I'm thinking about when I was in the military, we signed up for SGLI, Servicemen's Group Life Insurance. And we didn't think about it. All we just said is ourselves, okay, take 15, 20, 30, 40 bucks out of my paycheck. And if something happens to me, anywhere between $250,000 and $400,000 will be going to my beneficiary. And here's some stats because we approach it from that way for many times. Let me share with you my screen here of some of the stats that you might think. So this website I'm going to is called lifehappens.org. And Rodolfo, you've got a business in Puerto Rico, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So the spokesperson and the face of Life Insurance Awareness Month is a Boricua. She's Puerto Rican woman.
She's very famous. She's
yes,
very famous.
Absolutely. And so she's the advocate this year. In the past, we've had Larry Odom. In the past, we had Anthony. What's his name? Anthony. I'm brain farting. Anyway, lots of different actors and actresses have been advocates for life insurance because life insurance has affected them in a very positive way. And so when you're looking at, for example, Rosalind Sanchez, she's the spokesperson for this year's and this month's Life Insurance Awareness Month because she opens about her motherhood, her Hispanic culture, and the decision she makes for her family, like getting life insurance to protect them. And also, she's got a very interesting story. And I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but you should watch it on lifehappens.org. And she says life insurance is about financial security, peace of mind, and how do you say this, bro?
Tranquilidad.
How do you say that word?
Tranquilidad.
Tranquilidad. It's a simple and affordable way to protect the ones we love. And some interesting stats about life insurance. Check this out. And by the way, if you want to do more research about life insurance and life insurance, lifehappens.org, there's a lot of situations here where people are bringing up life insurance is really the way to start and establish generational wealth. And this is a way for you to make sure you pass on finances, you pass on money to the next generation. Because how many of you out there are watching this right now, you wish you had a family that passed you on money? You wish you had a grandma, grandpa, or great grandma, great grandpa, or even your mom and dad. If you're a parent right now, you don't have a life insurance policy that you can pass on wealth and get your children on a financial head start, knowing that somebody should give you a financial head start. This is a very important thing for us to consider to make sure that we're not a drain on our family, but more importantly, a blessing to our family. So, because here's some stats. Life insurance by the numbers. 52% of Americans who actually have life insurance. 27% of Americans adults with life insurance. The percent who only have group coverage. Rodolfo, can you explain real quick what group coverage means?
Yeah, you know how people say that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be okay. I have a policy through my job. I'm okay. Yeah, I don't need to buy life insurance because I'm okay. I have a policy through my job. I say, that's awesome that you have a policy through your job because they offer it. But the problem is this. Are you going to stay in your job forever? Are you planning to stay in your job after 6 years? Probably not. So what happened with the group insurance on the one that you have through your job, the moment you leave your job, guess what you don't have anymore?
That's right.
No more death benefit anymore. So, and guess when you're going to need it the most?
Towards the end.
Yes, that's when you're gonna need it the most. So that's interesting.
By the way, that's what I was explaining in the beginning. Servicemen's group life insurance. That was a form of military life insurance. That was something that we had while we were in the military. 31. By the way, group life insurance, which isn't usually enough, because even in the military, when I was married, had a kid, 2 kids. She had a kid, and we had one together. If something were to happen to me, you know how fast $250,000 would go away?
That's right.
You know how fast $400,000 go? And I gave up my life for this country with servicemen's group life insurance. So that $400,000 would be gone so fast, especially with real estate prices the way it is today, the cost of living inflation the way it is today. This is Rodolfo, I was reading a stat that the average college tuition today, public university, is $100,000 for a college education. So having $400,000 of life insurance today is not enough. Check this out, Rodolfo. We learned this through the pandemic, right? 31% of consumers say they are more likely to buy because of ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. How did your life insurance business thrive or not during the pandemic?
You know, before COVID, the month prior COVID, the year, I think it was March. I don't remember exactly which month was. My agency, we were selling about 400 policies a month. The moment COVID hit, we went from selling 400 policies a month to selling 1,500 policies a month. That's what happened.
Boom, it exploded. And it wasn't just old people, was it?
No. Everybody, you know what? I know it sounds different, sounds a little bit awkward, but COVID brought a little bit of awareness of the importance of having life insurance because people started talking about it.
That's right. How about this, Rodolfo? 10 to 15 times your income. So let's say, for example, I'm making $50,000 a year at my job. According to this multiple, how much life insurance coverage should I actually have? Half a million. At the minimum, 750, 500, 750 should be what you should have.
Can I tell you something on that? There's that. I have never had a client. I have never had somebody who passes away and complain because they bought too much life insurance.
Yeah. Everybody thinks life insurance is a scam until they get a check. But by the way, Rodolfo, that's only 10 to 15. We're only talking about 10 to 15 times for what area of your life? Income replacement. So let's say at the very bare minimum, Rodolfo, right? I'm making $50,000 a year. I have $500,000 of death benefit just to replace my income. What are some of the other needs that we have when you're sitting down with the FLS? By the way, Rodolfo Vargas, historically speaking, and on the Leaders Bulletin, Rodolfo, pound for pound, has sold more life insurance policies in the history of PHP Agency than any other agent in PHP Agency. So you're looking at somebody that sit down with a lot of clients. Rodolfo, how many clients do you think? How many policies do you think you've written? If you're to bamboo it right now, how many policies do you think you've written?
Yeah, I have four figures there. I have a comma. Have commas. Yeah, I have a comma. So personal, right? Personal.
So what else do you assess a need for when it comes to
So-
purchasing the right type of
So
coverage.
the experts recommend the dime theory, right? The dime method. How much debt? D stands for debt. I stands for income. M stands for mortgage. And E stands for education. Meaning debt. If I have debt, I don't want to leave debt to my family. So I bought a policy. So in case if I passed away and I have debt, my family don't have that debt. Income, I replace my income 10 to 15 times. Income is very important because, I mean, when are we going to need income from the person? Sometimes the person that passes away is a breadwinner, the person that brings the most income. So most of the bills goes to this person. The other one is the mortgage, because that's one of the biggest bills, biggest investment that average a family over here in America they have. And the last one is education. Maybe I want my kids to go to a good school, so I leave some money for education. There you go, dime method.
So we were just talking about me making $50,000 a year. I need $500K just for my income replacement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, Rodolfo, what's a house in Houston cost? What's the average home?
Let's just say 350,000.
Okay, so
yeah.
Right. So 350 to pay off the mortgage.
Uh-huh.
So let's say a $400,000 house, 350 to pay off the mortgage.
Correct.
Let's say I have a car, I have a car note, a couple cars, credit cards, etc. Let's say it totals, I don't know, 30,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But with credit cards, let me say 50K.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then education. I have 2 kids. We just mentioned that about $100,000 each for a kid to go to college. So 200K. So really, Rodolfo, using our dime method, if we add all this up, how much life insurance do we actually need?
1.2. That's 1.2, right? No, how much is it? No, 1.1. Mm-hmm.
1.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So and this is somebody making $50,000 a year. So we're not talking about a millionaire here. So somebody here, with this cash, right? You got 500K plus 350 plus 200 plus 50, $1.10 million is what somebody needs.
And by the way, somebody goes to let's just say we go to Verizon and we buy the cell phone we insure a cell phone. We insure the iPhone. We insure our cars. We insure our house.
Okay, Rodolfo, when I always get sold on Apple Pay, right? I always get it. What do you process when you're buying Apple Pay insurance? By the way, the new iPhone's about to come out in the next couple of weeks, and outside of a better camera and a better memory, it's practically the same phone. But what do you process when you buy cell phone insurance?
So look at this. How much is this thing? Okay, let's just
$1,000, right?
$1,000. And we pay how much? $16, $17
for Apple Pay?
I don't know. How much is it? I don't know.
I think it's maybe 15. I forget too.
Hey, let's just say $15.
$180.
Huh?
$180 for the year.
There you go. So we insure this that is $1,000, and we pay $15. So it's just so interesting, huh? We insure everything. We insure cameras. We insure our cell phone. And the question is, and we don't think about it. We don't go to. By the way, not a shot. I'm just telling you that logically, this is how people think. You go to Verizon, you go to the AT&T, you go to the store, you say, you don't tell to the salesperson, I want to think about it. I want to think about it. $15. I want to think about it. But sometimes when it comes to life insurance, what do we say?
Oh my gosh, it's too expensive.
I want to.
I don't need it. I'll never need it. Yeah.
So it's so crazy. I'm working with this person. When you want to start a business, let's just say a cleaning business. I know this lady, I was talking to this lady. She wants to start a cleaning business. She runs a cleaning business. If she wants to get a contract with the office building and she has a cleaning business, you know what she needs to have?
She needs to have liability insurance.
Yeah, she needs to have insurance.
Yeah.
And we insure everything, and people don't have life insurance. I don't know if it is cultural. I don't know if it is something we don't have the education about it, or sometimes we don't see it like, hey, this might happen. There are more chances of somebody passing away than the chances of something. There is these high chances. So meaning, I think that we need to go, Matt, from the just thinking logical to thinking emotional. I think that people don't think, we don't go and process it emotional. So when it's an emotional attachment to my family, maybe, when people buy policies, Matt, when people like to buy policies, life insurance policies,
when they're like, they had a heart attack or they had a stroke, something happened to them.
Correct.
Or when they got COVID.
Or they see somebody happening close to them. They see. So my suggestion to people is, this is reality. We need to talk more about it. We need to talk more open. We need to speak more often about this topic, guys. But we don't have to have a bad experience for us to be to wanting to buy a policy. Be proactive. Prepare. That's my suggestion. If you ask me how I sell policies, so many policies, because I think that I talk to people about their, I talk openly with them. I tell them this might happen, and I tell them prepare. And that doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. Salvadorians, we think we jinx it. We jinx. If you talk about
you jinx it, right?
You jinx it. So I tell people, listen, man, this is just preparation. That doesn't mean that nothing is going to happen to you this afternoon. Getting out of the freeway, something's going to happen to you today. No, that doesn't mean that. It means that you're just preparing yourself. Just being cautious. You're preparing.
Rodolfo, I'm just curious. I'm not sure if you know this quickly right to the top of your head, but if I had $20 a month to buy a term insurance policy, and I'm 30 some years old, what does $20 a month get me? Can you ballpark me? As much term insurance policy?
250,000 maybe? 250.
By the way, think about that real quick. $20 a month buying a life insurance policy.
I don't know. Yeah.
Gets me what? Let's say 100,000. I don't know if any insurance agents are out there. It gets you 100,000, 150,000.
So you're buying with pennies, thousands of dollars. Pennies.
I buy dollars with pennies. Yes. That's right.
Amazing.
I love that analogy. What do you do for a living? I sell dollars for pennies.
Have you heard the story about the Coca-Cola truck?
Yeah. Go. I love that story. Please share.
You heard somebody says, let's just say somebody says, you get hit by a Coca-Cola truck. Also, I don't remember the example if the person passes away.
Yeah.
What was the story? The person passes away?
And the Coca-Cola truck kills somebody.
It's your friend. It's your family member. Coca-Cola. And I say Coca-Cola because it's a big company. Okay. Or Apple, something like Amazon truck, kill somebody. And it's your best friend. Or it's your family. And they come and ask you, and they ask you, would you sue the company? But it's totally their fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's their fault. How much would you sue their company?
As much as I can get from them.
There you go.
Not even millions, as much as I can get from them. I'm angry. 100 million.
How crazy is that example?
Right.
And you would do that. So that's the amount of life insurance that you should get into that person.
That's right. This is what somebody telling you you're worth.
That's right.
For those of you that have a job and your employer said, hey, Rodolfo Vargas, welcome back to Sears. You're such a great, loss prevention specialist. And we know that you're an immigrant from Salvador. One of the benefits we have here working for Sears is we're now going to be offering free life insurance. We'll pay for 100% of it. How much would you like? What would you say, Rodolfo?
And you can get as much as you want.
As much as you like. How much would you like?
That's a great example.
Right? As much as you can get. Right? And the question now is who pays for it? So if you had somebody else to pay for it, you get as much as you can. Hundreds, if not billions of dollars. Okay. But now what happens if you have to pay for it? And the crazy part is, Rodolfo just mentioned, for $20 a month, $30 a month, $400. I remember my first term insurance policy leaving the military. I was 28 years old. It was $75 a month. I was freaking out because for $75 a month through a term insurance company, I think I was getting like a $5,750,000 life insurance. So in other words, something happened to me at 28, 30 years old. My family received close to $1 million. What? Wow. How much can I get?
The testimony that I have over here, and I think that we should talk more about. The testimony I have over here in my office?
Yeah.
So we have this guy, his name is Melky, okay? And I go to the appointment. He's the brother of Natalia over here in our office, right? And we become friends. he tried to do the business. He stopped doing the business, but he bought a policy. He didn't pass away. Didn't pass away, but he got in a stroke. And he is a 42, 40. I don't remember. He's very young. He's early 40s. He got in a stroke. And he activated his living benefits on his policy. And I believe he received like $150,000, something like that.
How much was he paying? Do you know? The premium?
It's like, I don't know, $50, something like that. Yep. So that is a benefit that these policies have now. So meaning I don't have to die to get a death benefit? No, these policies have something called living benefits. People don't know about this stuff. So it's not only death insurance, it's also living insurance. If I get sick, diagnosed by chronic, terminal, critical, these sicknesses, you can actually have access to a portion of your death benefit. Is that powerful?
While you're alive. So Rodolfo, as we wrap up this portion, three ways to get money from your policy. Number one, obviously, if you die too soon, it goes without saying. The second one you brought up is a critical illness, heart attack, stroke, cancer. You get T-bone at an intersection and you have a hard time walking. You can trigger the long-term care benefits of helping out, which is what I'm doing right now for my 82-year-old father here in that we just relocated to Dallas. It's triggering a $6,500 a month benefit. Think about that, Rodolfo. To live in this retirement community where they have all their meals paid for, they don't have to clean. All my mother has to do is go to all the different activities they have all day. They have happy hour at 5 o'clock. All meals paid for them. My mom's like, oh my gosh, it's like a cruise ship. My mom's having a time of her life right now at this chapter of her life. It costs $6,500 a month to live there. It's like living in $1 million house.
Wow.
But all the medical people all are around them. In case something happens to my parents, the nurses are there. The doctors are there. The ambulance is there. The hospital is right down the street here at the Baylor Medical Center. Some of the top doctors of all of Dallas is right here, right next to my parents. It's better than me trying to piece things together while I'm in Dallas and they're in Chicago. That's why I moved them down here. And guess who pays for that? The life insurance policy.
Wow.
So die too soon, something happens to you, critical illness, which is, these are the good chance for some people to have. Or number three, what happens now that happens, Rodolfo? What happens if I don't die too soon? I don't have cancer, heart attack, or stroke. Third way?
Well, you accumulate cash. You have savings.
Cash,
Money
yes. Now I'm supplementing my retirement. Now I'm supplementing my Social Security. And Rodolfo, how much income do we pay on the money we loan from the policy? How much taxes?
Zero.
Zero. So when I started learning these type of things, and I realized a lot of people don't know about it, and I'll wrap up with this too as well in this portion. 29% of people who tend to buy life insurance buy it online. Here's the funny thing about this. They intend. But when it comes to actually buying a life insurance policy, guess who they want to talk to?
You want to talk to a real person.
Real person in real time.
You know why? Because it's emotional. It's not just a transaction. Yeah. No, you want to buy something that your family is gonna be taking care of. It's something. It's not just let me go do my oil change. No, it's something that people care about. You want to make sure your beneficiaries are done properly. You want to make sure that you have the right coverage. That's the importance of talking to a person.
That's right. 40% of people insured today wish they did what? Buy more when they were younger.
Yep.
This is wisdom. And the cool part about this, Rodolfo, right? Even if you can't afford a permanent policy where the cash value is attached to it, but how can they get started with a lesser expensive premium policy? What style of policy?
Well, they can get any style. They can get the term policy, but
yeah,
the idea is to get it younger. When is the easier time to get a policy? When you're young.
That's right.
I mean, when you're older, all the policies are going to be more difficult to get.
That's right.
Yep.
Another one, 11% difference between life insurance ownership for women compared to men. Pretty interesting there. So in other words, men die sooner than than our ladies, than our wives. So 3.29 trillion. So we are $1 trillion industry. 3.29 trillion face amount of policies. Now, here's the coolest part, Rodolfo. How much is, assuming that this 3.29 trillion is then triggering a death benefit or living benefit to the beneficiary?
Wow.
How much of this 3.29 trillion is exposed to taxation?
0.
Exactly. Boom.
Wow. I didn't know that one. 3.29. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, if you and I were to count to $1 trillion and every number is a second, you know how long would it take us?
I love when you ask this question. Go tell us, Rodolfo.
So to count to 1,000, it will take us 2 minutes. To count to a million, it will take us, say, something like 12 days. To count to 1 billion, it will take us 32 years. To count to to count to $1 trillion, 32,000 years.
That's right.
Trillion. It's a long time, right?
All right. If you want it, no problem. Exactly.
There you go. 31,688 to count to $1 trillion.
And by the way, that's assuming you don't have to take a breath, go to the bathroom, have some food to eat. So I think you're right with saying 32,000.
So if you were to spend $1 every second, it will take you 32,000 years or 31,688 years for you to spend $1 trillion. How much money is $1 trillion?
That's right. Powerful.
Insane, huh?
Crazy. So we have a little bit more time. So let's talk about Cabo.
Let's do value with entertainment.
Okay, let's talk about. Want to talk about valuetainment or
no, let's do some entertainment because we were just talking about the insurance value of what we do. But let's talk about fun.
Yeah.
How was Cabo for you?
It's funny. My in-laws were there. I also invited her sister and her husband.
Oh, nice.
Leaving the event, I'm sorry, halfway through the event, my brother-in-law Martin goes, "You guys are awesome." He's in a mortgage business, so he's like, "How do I do what you do?" Wow. So he coded up in the Cabo airport.
So you're open Instagram, or what do you?
Yeah, let me open up Instagram.
Let me see if I have any good video from it.
Gotcha. Let me see.
I don't. Let me see. I have from Miami though.
Oh yeah, you got a crazy one there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we have a killer video here. Before we do this, let's transition real quick to PHP's Life Insurance Awareness Month video. So let's play this right quick.
People always ask me, what does life insurance do for other people? And I talk about 3 things. Number 1, peace of mind. Number 2, protection. And number 3, plan.
Life insurance solves a lot of problems financially that most people are aware of.
Number 1, it brings peace of mind as a life insurance policy holder. But if something were to happen where you will be gone, everything that you work for is going to be translated to your family.
Imagine if something happens to a family with a life insurance policy, they have the luxury to grieve.
You know, I didn't think that at 43 years old, when I was a kid, my mom was going to get cancer. She didn't think that either. I didn't plan when I bought my dream car to go underneath a truck and get into that day by looking down for a second. There are things that happen in our life that we don't plan for, and when they do, protection-wise, we have in place.
Sometimes people think, I'm young, I don't need insurance until I'm older. That's absolutely wrong, because when you're younger, you normally have majority of your responsibilities, majority of your debt.
What if you can actually use your death benefit while you're alive? It's called living benefits. So the newer life insurance policies can prevent bankruptcies due to healthcare because the death benefit is now a living benefit.
I saw my uncle lose 90 pounds in the span of 8 months. But in those moments where he was actually going through chemo, his insurance policy cut him a check of $1.8 million. By the way, he's my living example in this industry today.
The moment that family goes through a crisis, the moment that family goes through difficulty, guess who's gonna be the first person that they're gonna call? They're gonna call the life insurance agent.
I just have so much peace knowing that I own multiple policies and that my loved ones will be taken care of financially in case something were to happen to me.
I love being in this industry because we actually take care and serve people in the areas that matter.
I love the fact that I can help families that don't from wealth whatsoever, how they can actually learn to build wealth for them, for generations to come. And that's probably the most special part about what I love.
Oh, by the way, Rodolfo, that's Cindy Cabo. So if you guys want to check the rest out of this Life Insurance Awareness Month video, please go to our YouTube channel, PHP Agency, and share this video, Life Insurance Awareness Month. Please post it on your social media. Please put it on your Facebook. Please put it on your IG. Rodolfo, how important is this young lady? How important is this young lady to you?
Learn to.
Cindy was the person that she's a marketing director. You know, when I was a field associate, when I was an associate, she field trained me. We did appointments with her. Cindy was the person that used to make the phone calls with me. You know what I mean? Cindy used to call people, do appointments, everything. You know, Cindy is like forever. We're gonna go with Cindy because she was a person that did that with us. She was our marketing director when I was in Cindy Beisha.
Much love, Cindy Cobos. I always call her Grobos because every time I see her.
What happened with Cindy?
What happened?
When the company got started, Cindy was the
Love the fact
was so small that year that the company got started, we promoted as a company one marketing director. And Cindy was the first marketing director that the company promoted.
Was she? I didn't know that. All these years here at PHP Agency, I didn't know that. She was the first two?
The first two. And that year we promoted only one. It was Cindy. So you know how many MDs we promote monthly?
Yeah.
And now in that year, the company promoted one marketing director. That was Cindy.
I love it. And Cindy today is a chairman's council. Cindy today, Cindy back in the day, she transitioned from a real estate career. She was on my IG Live a few weeks ago about what it's like for her to transition from real estate into insurance. And that was during the recession that she made that move. So salute to Cindy, George, Okafor, Mason, who we saw in this video, and being part of the Life Insurance Awareness Month video. You guys should check it out here, PHP Agency website, YouTube channel, and share that with your social media. All right, so let's talk about Cabo. Rodolfo, you got pictures here from Rodolfo.
You know what? The videos is still in process. Videos from Miami, but I don't have from Cabo.
I wonder if I got some. I have some cool ones here. So this is Jordan. I didn't realize we had a Tarzan in the family. They're just having. He was having us with Musgrove's son Ace. So I think we have a video clip of them just going nuts. They're both 3 years old, having a blast. Jordan here is just, you know. No, yes. No fear.
Good job, Jordan.
Okay. Hey, look at Gina's face.
You're doing more than what your mom.
Hey, let's go. Okay, ready? Look at Gina's face. Whiskey. She's all covering.
Wait, cover.
1 second. No move. No move. No move. Yeah, hold it.
Jeez. Yes, look at you. There's my man.
Cut out, man. They love these
Gina doesn't look happy there.
Concerned mom.
She said, let's go.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, he's pissed up.
Jeez. Loved it, man.
No move.
You know? So everybody thinks index universal life policy. So, you know, we got that from Cabo, you know. How about spending time with Pastor Dudley Rutherford?
Oh, that was great, man.
You know?
You know, this is the part that makes us different in our company. Yeah, we make money. Yes, we do insurance. Yes, we travel. Yes, we make money. But we brought pastor to talk with his wife, to talk to all the couples in a trip in Cabo. And we play golf with him for how many hours, Matt? And what a great example, what a great timing, and what a great message he did to everybody. Pastor Dudley Rutherford and Renee Rutherford came and talked to us, and they gave us this page, right? You remember that? They gave us this page about 100 ways to say I love you to our spouses.
Was it I love you, or is it ignoring them? Or annoying them?
So that's the one. But that's Pastor Dudley, one of the biggest churches in California.
Yeah. And he's a very famous Filipino. His name is, you see on the left.
Yeah,
Manny Pacquiao. Right. He's very close to Manny Pacquiao. So absolutely, man. You know, the trip allowed us to really also recenter with our team, our leadership team, because MSM so coast to coast. You know, and the coolest part about team trips is that, you know, let's say, for example, WTP want to create a, you know, retreat, or MSM or TGA or TCO or Unity wants to create a retreat. You just tell them, hey, just qualify for the company trip. The company will pay those that want to qualify and partake in that leadership conversation discussion about the future growth of your respective teams. Have the company pay for it. And the people that want to qualify, they qualify, and they get something out of it versus them feeling they were forced into it.
One of the greatest moments of the trip was having Pastor Dolly and Renee Rutherford talking to us. What a message, man.
Yeah.
That's what makes us different. Values and principles make us different. Yes.
What's your one biggest takeaway from their talk? I mean, they talked for us for an hour and a half. It just felt like 5 minutes.
You know, when he talked about the importance of the family.
Yes.
Talking to our kids, because the world is coming from different places, right? The world is attacking the kids and everything, and having the grandparents in the same page, the parents in the same page, getting our kids into the right path. That was powerful. And how to do it. What did you get?
For me was this, bro. It's like, you have a kid, right?
Yep.
Kids come from where? Mom and dad. Okay. Mom, dad, pour into the kid. And sometimes, bro, because of what's going on in the world, we're busy, we have a career, right? Sometimes mom and dad doesn't have as much influence over the kid as we thought, right? But guess who's also supposed to help them? Grandma, right? Plus granddad. I'm just trying to do as best I can. Grandma and granddad on this side, right? So this structure, this family structure, all supposed to be pouring into the kid. All supposed to be pouring. So this kid is surrounded by morals, values, principles, love, attention, guidance from not 1, 2 people, but 6. But the challenge we have in America is that a lot of the families are split up.
Yep.
Single mom, single dad. And I was thinking about this too as well. The war is, in the times of war, the granddads were eliminated. The fathers were eliminated because of times of war. So many of these kids were raised with mothers, right? So, but now that in modern times, the challenge we have is the war is not what? It's not bombs and bullets. The war now is single parenthood. Or in our case, in the theme of Life Insurance Awareness Month, you got passes away in the family and have the financial resources, and then sadly they get involved in another relationship which they may not be the right relationship for them. So therefore it's not a marriage or a relationship of choice, it's a relationship of financial convenience. And so, people shacking up together, and so therefore they can split bills. So that family structure, if we didn't have it, he said, it's time for it to start with you. And it's time for it to start with folks. And I'm looking at Milo. I'm looking at Enzo. You got both sides of the family, right?
Yep.
You got the sassy side, your side, and you got that structure, which is boys. And Rodolfo, before we wrap up this section, we'll talk a little bit about the book of the month as we wrap up this podcast. But anything happened with your parents? Happened with the grandparents of the boys? Anything significant happened in conversation?
In conversation or
yeah, in conversation. Is there anything they told you after Cabo? I'm just curious. Did it tell you anything special?
No.
Or anything? Okay, I guess you don't want to reveal it, but I thought they're like, Rodolfo, whatever you guys need from us.
When you what?
Remember they have that conversation with that. Whatever, Rodolfo, whatever you need from us.
For me, yeah. And because for the time that, man, who knows? We might have another kid, right? Maybe a son or a daughter, right? But you know what's crazy? They want to be part of it. Before, and I'm glad to be able to be in this industry, in this company, because I've been able to do something with them, with my parents or Ceci's parents. So they say, listen, whatever you guys need, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
That's great.
That's awesome. They say with you, your parents are moving now, and your parents move with you. That's something that we always, So that's, man. So why don't we talk about this, man? Why don't we talk about this?
We will. By the way, we're quick thought. I need to get this out of my head. I just realized with all the board council at PHP, we all got boys.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
You guys got 2 boys. Sheena and I, we have 2 boys.
Wow.
Guy Times has 3 boys. George is about to have a boy.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
We got kings. We got kings in the house.
That's interesting.
Anyhow, I just realized that. I got
right.
boys. So,
all right, now tell us about your book, Matt.
Bro,
tell us about your book.
So, Faith Made Millionaire. It's not a book that shoves religion down your throat. I'm not here to talk about any religion. Even though I'm a Christian, but I have just used the Bible over my life, Rodolfo, and for those of you watching this, as a reference manual on how to make better decisions in my life. And when I used, and here's why, because that whole saying, well, follow your heart, follow whatever your gut tells you. Be you. Well, how do you know you is supposed to be you? So I realized I needed a creator to help me evolve. I realized he gave me not more answers, but more guidance on how to deepen my faith, especially to entrepreneurs. Every day we deal with our failures. Every day we deal with our rejections. Every day we deal with our setbacks. We forget about our gifts. We sometimes don't discover our purpose. So therefore, we definitely don't follow our faith. And the faith leads us to purpose. And so when I'm thinking about, I've been through as a United States Marine, through as a married and then divorced single father of 3 kids, what I've been through now with Sheena being married, being remarried, and I'm done ever again in my entire life. Sheena is my girl. That's my wife. We're building a family. We're building a legacy together. And what being married, what selling out 100% a faith did in my life and how it changed my life. That's why it's 3 pillars on how to establish and master morals, your mindset, and your money here. The middle chapters are about life insurance and how money plays into effect. Also, the myths and misconceptions of, because, sometimes going to church, brother, sometimes people in the church say, money's evil. It's better for you to be broke, not having it, so therefore you don't forget about God. Well, how about making a lot of money and not forgetting about God too? And by the way, I wrote an article 12 years ago. And the article is like, here's the name of the article. It's called Jesus Wear a Rolex. Right? And it got a lot of people in the church talking. And I just realized to myself, bro, even in the church, it's still difficult to talk about money. They don't talk about sex. They don't talk about money. And these are 2 major areas that create conflict in our current life. So, yeah.
Many occasions in the Bible talks about money. Many occasions. Now, can I read you something?
Please.
I'm gonna read it. Okay.
Oh, watch out! By the way, this is so weird for me.
I like this from the book.
For my friends and business partner to read my book, it's so weird for me. So cool.
God provides opportunity. Page 90. He says the parable of the talents teaches us what we're supposed to do, we're to work using our talents to serve the common God's kingdom. Success is working diligently in the here and now, using all the talents God has in us to produce the return expected by the master. The scripture enjoins us to pay attention to financial matters. That's Proverbs 27, 23, and 24. While God provides for the birds, he doesn't plop for the worms in their mouths as they sit on their nest. They have to exert some effort to obtain the worms that God has provided. They have to search, hunt, dig, and extract, and then eat. Like it, man. So, man, I'm telling you, man, everybody in the team is reading the book.
Oh, man. Awesome.
And it's a must. And it's so great to see you, because this is your values. Me knowing you, these are your values. This is who you are. These are your values. You know, we went to the vault. You mentioned to the vault, right? Yeah. And we see the manual that Patrick was teaching on the vault. And we look at the manual, we say, that's Patrick but David. We're looking at your book, we're reading at your book, and we see this is you. This is Matt Sapaula. Yeah. So congratulations, man. I cannot wait. By the way, are you doing anything for the people listening? Are you doing anything?
I am. So make sure you follow my IG. If you follow me on IG at Money Smart Guy on Instagram, I am running a signed book and IG live contest. And so obviously the first thing you got to do, I'll put, by the way, I'm going to put all this stuff on my IG post, but the first thing you got to do, if you haven't done so already, is purchase it on Amazon. If you've already purchased it on Amazon, or you, by the way, Rodolfo, at convention, we sold out 1,300 books, right? Boom, gone. 13 books are sold. And I didn't realize that it was gone like, in the first day and a half. So people, the last day, do you have any books? I'm like, I'm out of books. So if you either purchased it on Amazon, or you purchase it face-to-face at our coming event, then the second thing is to go back to Amazon and then write a review. Good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. I'd like to see if you can write a review about what you thought. 1, 2, 3 sentences, and then screenshot that review and post it on your Instagram and tag me, Money Smart Guy, in it. And we're going to be selecting people randomly, and I'm going to send you a specially signed book from me to you, and you'll be featured on my IG Live. Usually I do those on Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you, me on IG together. You want to talk about the book. You want to talk about following your faith, not your fears. You want to talk about overcoming myths and misconceptions, faith-based people, about money. You want to talk about life insurance. You want to talk about faith. You want to talk about fitness and make sure you take care of the body. All that stuff is in the book, Faith Made Millionaire. Because
can I tell you something too from the book?
I
like this, by the way. I like this. You know, on in the cover, this is you, right? And in the past, you can see Marine. So you went from Marine to being a successful entrepreneur.
That's correct, brother. That's correct. That's it.
Really so I'm gonna take my signed copy here.
Of course, bro. You I gotta get it signed for you, Rodolfo. And for me, brother.
You guys believe, guys, he just did a promotion for all of you guys, signed copy. I don't have a signed copy from Matt. Okay, so
it's capitalism, baby. It's capitalism.
Love it, man.
The coolest part about this is, for me, not only the process, but the coolest thing for me was the forward. Patrick and David writing the forward, and because sometimes you're working so much with your coach, you don't see sometimes how he thinks about you and feels about you, and maybe in a weird way, I'm also looking for some form of affirmation, edification, because sometimes you go through so much rejection and setbacks, and was being called out on your numbers, and sometimes you don't think you're doing things right, and that was very cool for him to write the forward of the book. And then in dedicating the book was pretty cool for me too as well, who I dedicated the book to as well, to my family. By the way, Rodolfo, you are in the acknowledgments. So I wanted to make sure I honored my business partners right here. So if you read something, I want to read something. So I said, in addition to my mentor, I want to recognize the significance of the co-founders of PHP Agency, George Playo, Jose Marlene Gaitan, John Mason, Rodolfo and Vargas. You have used the gifts and talents God has given you. As a result, millions of families have been impacted by your courage, have faced so much opposition. One of those families is mine. You have shown the world what following your faith transform lives, starting with your own. So Rodolfo, I thank you and I acknowledge you for being a co-founder of PHP Agency. You, Ceci, your family, what you stand for. Thank you for giving a shot to a kid like me to start and found PHP.
I appreciate you, brother. I really do. Thank you for writing the book. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you for going from here to here, successful entrepreneur. And thank you for writing this book, man. I love it, man. So for everybody listening, I hope that you guys take advantage of the opportunity to have a signed book. So go to Amazon, go to IG, right? Follow, and they reach out to you. How do they reach out to you, man?
Yeah, on Instagram at Money Smart Guy.
Okay.
That's it.
Love it. Because
I'm looking at some of the comments here. And Nana Ose, what's the most difficult part about writing my book? Partake in this contest. And why don't you ask me that live on IG Live? Please write a review, screenshot it, tag me in it. And Nana Ose, let's do an IG Live together. Miriam Rivera. Miriam Rivera is always so consistent.
She's number one fan.
She's awesome.
She's number one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, okay? We have a leaderboard. Miriam is over there.
Miriam, please join me on this contest because I want to have you on my IG Live. Let me feature you, please. Maurice Neal wants his book signed. What's Matt's real IG page? Oh, that's a good question. Because there's like 15 fake ones. So Money Smart Guy is the only one I have on IG. No hyphens, no underscores, no dots, no I's. It's Money Smart Guy is my real IG page. What else? What else here? Lorna Tracy's on there. I appreciate you, Lorna Tracy. Paulina G is on as well. Randall, TRC, Turtles Land, Transverse. I got 6 boys. You guys got 6 boys, 2 girls. So, hey guys, if you want to participate in this contest, please pick up the book of the month. And anyway, I want to wrap up with this too as well. Rodolfo, what's your favorite initiative contest for September in all of PHP that we announced so far?
If you're doing PHP right now, I mean, for me, Full Madness. I'm a Full Madness guy.
Okay.
You know, and I'm excited for Full Madness. I'm excited for on the new GED. I'm excited for all that kind of stuff. But for me, Full Madness. How about you?
Full Madness is crazy because you've got some gold in the past, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
We're fighting for gold. So in first place from our Fall Madness competition, which is a competition we run inside PHP Agency from September 1st all the way to November 30th, is a kilo of gold worth, I think kilo right now, $62,000 per kilo. But first place is going to win a kilo of gold because we want you building wealth. We want you making money. We want you building and creating and acquiring assets. And second place gets 6 ounces. Third place gets 3 ounces.
Yep.
No. Okay. Here's my favorite one. Day with Patrick and David at his home in Fort Lauderdale.
For no marketing directors, right?
For non-marketing directors. Because we only have 22 months left with Patrick and David as a CEO, founder of PHP Agency. After that, he's got an exit. He's got a full-blown exit. We have 22 months left with Patrick David here at the helm as CEO of PHP. And as much as we've taken a lot of value from weekly coaching with Patrick on Dream Team Call, being with him at his events, we want our non-marketers to have a shot to spend a day with Patrick and David at his home. They're going to put you up there. They're going to feed you. They won't put you up at the house, but they'll feed you at the house. You'll be there at his home. I think it's an acre right there in the inner coastals of Fort Lauderdale. It's a $25 million home. Right down the street, Rodolfo, was what's his name? Ray Kroc's house.
Yeah.
The founder. Down the street, it was a former home of Wendy's, Dave Thompson. There's a very exclusive, private, secure. By the way, Rodolfo, these security guys at his place, they don't play around, do they?
No, they were talking about serious. Okay.
I mean, they're strapped. They got guns. They're checking your name, everything to make sure they're very exclusive, gated, armed security.
You have, by the way, that's we. I don't know when was the last time that many non-marketing directors are going to have the chance to compete for that.
Well, yeah. When was the last time? Maybe a few years ago.
Yep, that's a big deal.
It was the Day in Dallas competition. But if you were to look at this app called Minute, which you are now an expert on, right, Rodolfo? By the way, for people non-PHP, they can. If I was part of XYZ company but not part of PHP, and I want to tap the brain I want to ask Rodolfo Vargas a question. You go to this app called Minute, MINNECT, and you actually can book time to spend one-on-one on a video call with Rodolfo Vargas. Right?
I'm glad that you say that because people don't know. People need to download the app, right? Minute.
And if you were to download the app and book time with our CEO, right? I'm holding here. I don't know if we can zoom in, but
I don't know.
Okay.
Just go show it. Go show it.
Okay. So to ask Patrick one question and for him to answer you, one question and for him to answer is $500. If you want to book a one-on-one individual video call with Patrick at 15-minute increments, his price per minute is $500 per minute with our CEO founder, Patrick Bet-David. So in other words, if you spent 15 minutes with Patrick, like 15 minutes times 500, your investment would be $7,500 to spend with Patrick Bet-David. But if you spend all day, so Rodolfo, what's 8 hours? 60 minutes, right?
Yep.
So if you were to spend some time with Patrick Bet-David and it's $500 a minute, that's a $240,000 day. And Rodolfo, what do we witness? What do we witness at the vault? Are people willing to pay this?
Yeah. People wants to learn. They're dying to learn. They're eager to learn.
Yeah.
People want to be close to Patrick. So if for the people listening over here and you participating in this contest that we have this month, don't miss it. Win it. Okay.
Right. Top 50 non-marketing directors, 40-40. You guys know the numbers. We don't want to talk too much trade talk here on social media, but 40-40. Ask your marketing director how you qualify. Top 50 only in the entire company will qualify to go to PBD's home in Fort Lauderdale. Rodolfo, final thoughts, brother.
Final thoughts, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient with us and everything on the line and on the time. Cannot wait to see you. Cannot wait for you to have the greatest month of your life, the month of September. Thank you for watching, Matt.
Right now, I'll be thinking about what type of Christmas do you want? Do you want a cash Christmas? Do you want to be in debt Christmas? Rodolfo, we spend time with Patrick during Christmas, right? If you guys don't know this, Rodolfo is my official skiing buddy.
Yeah. We're professionals.
We promise we're not going to give up base shop building, but Rodolfo is my skiing buddy. But we spent some time with Patrick Bet-David. It's not like we got invited and we're out there for free. We paid for our portion of staying in the lodge. And guess what you need to do to spend time with people that you love and care about and want to learn from and grow with? Money. And so if you want to have a cash Christmas with your family, you want to bring in family members that you haven't seen in months and years, or people that you haven't seen because of the pandemic and the lockdowns, and you want to see them again, you want to bring them to your home, you want to bring them to your city and state, you want to spend time and build relationship, rekindle relationship, guess what you probably need? Money. And guess what you need more of that? Time. You need more of. You need more time. And we would encourage you to start living your life. If that's what you want freedom, flexibility in your time, put yourself in a position where you can win, not just now, but if this recession starts hitting. Robert Kiyosaki said the major recession is going to start in 2 weeks. Some people say in 2023. But if and when it happens, not if, but when it happens, we have a setback in our economy. You don't want to be laid off. You don't want to be draining your savings. You want to be charging up credit cards. You want to be in a position of financial safety, cash in the bank, income coming in, and you're taking advantage of opportunities. Why? Because the seeds of the future millionaires and decamillionaires and even billionaires are being birthed and planted right now. So that being said, guys, if you haven't done so already and you found value in this episode, please consider hitting like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting subscribe to our PHP Agency YouTube channel here. And we appreciate every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. PHP Podcast. Next will be podcast episode 55. Rodolfo, you've been my running mate here on this podcast since it started from day one. I appreciate you, brother.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
That being said, continue to help people, continue to love people, and continue to change your lives today. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.